I'm still laughing about that Colossus bit. Everybody give a round of applause to my tag team partner, Enemy TV. He had an amazing couple of runs there. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, however it tunes to your part of the world. I am LRock617, back again this morning for a bonus game, aka also one of my favorite games of all time. This is Resident Evil 2. And getting it in as a bonus game was really cool because I haven't done a Leon A run by itself in quite some time. So I'm looking forward to just getting to play like the classic of the game. Go ahead and start here. Now, start doesn't actually occur until character control, but I don't have my auto splitter set up, so I'm just going to start it on picking normal at 3, 2, 1, go.
Biohazard.
So this game, we can skip FMVs, which is just as well because for some reason the video files aren't working in my edition of the game. Probably some coding change I need to make of some kind. First room's what it is. Run to the gun shop, go in.
Freeze.
And that's a mechanic that's actually unique to this version of the game. We get to skip any door opening cutscenes by pressing any button at any time. For optimal time save, you would generally want to wait about a second after the cutscene starts before you hit the button.
I thought you were one of them.
Getting it properly every time is hard because you have to do it quite a few times over the course of the run. It's well over 100 times, somewhere between 1 and 200.
By the time I know,
We're gonna play as Leon, as mentioned. We're gonna be talking to Kendo here.
Was infested with zombies.
First character to pull a gun on us. Won't be the last. Waltz our way on out. Generally, I wait until I know the doorknob's going to be turned to initiate the door skip. And unfortunately, Kendo took one for the team. We run past the gate. Got an immediate spawn. That's great. Sometimes that doesn't trigger when it should, like that quickly. Oh, that's really unlucky. Yeah, suddenly we're actually in a lot of trouble. I've never not knocked down the second guy before, so this is a new scenario for me. Guess I gotta be careful now, don't I? Like, I legitimately think that's the first time I've ever been bitten 3 times in the basketball court. I don't know what to say to that. One more bite and I'm in caution. No big deal. Might have to take a small detour, though, for trying to get a first aid spray, which is an option. This way. Pretty awesome hit on the door there. 5 shots there, very, very unlucky. So we know what this seed's all about. Between the basketball court and 5 shots on the prone female zombie there, yeah, we guess we know what kind of a day we're in for. Do this. I can go this way. If I go down there, I run into Brad, and killing Brad does yield us some really cool costumes, but I don't really have the firepower for that right now, nor am I trying to get the shotgun, so let's go ahead and just waltz our way on in. So now we're at the police department, which is where a bulk of the game takes place. Go ahead and open on this, gotta find our buddy Marvin. And by buddy, I mean someone that we're literally meeting just now.
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon.
Hold your fire, I'm a human.
It looks like your party has been canceled. What happened? About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city.
Unfortunately, unlike the GameCube version, you cannot skip the in-game cutscenes.
That Umbrella.
Which, honestly, I don't mind these, but they are pretty long for the most part.
Their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them.
Marvin.
Not long after
Marvin!
that,
I'd knock that off if I were you.
Started to happen.
Marvin in Pulp Fiction didn't have that facial hair though. Marvin's killing that.
Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card.
Oh, shove Marvin in the face.
Unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But just go.
Fine, but I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
Jimmy ain't home. I don't know what we gonna do, man. Door. Alright, so as mentioned, I'm gonna be a little bit health conscious as of right now. I think I have one emergency heal I can obtain. Not looking forward to having to work with that, but we'll do what we gotta do. So remember right, I believe there's a first aid spray in that drawer right there, but we need a small key to open it. Claire could open it right away because she has the lockpick. Leon, not so much. What's on this way? And there is a green herb right past this first liquor that we see, but I'm gonna ignore that for now. It's way too dangerous to try to get it right now. You were almost an LRock sandwich. What would go on an LRock sandwich? Someone has to know, right? I certainly don't. Whatever my guess is will be wrong, so I'm willing to hear out more what other people have to say about it. Well, it's not over. So for our first puzzle, we're gonna go ahead and push this statue. This is a two-part puzzle, but we're only completing the first part right this second. Lots of ham and spicy mustard. I'm definitely for spicy mustard. I'm not so much on ham, though. Ham's okay. Now, if we're talking like turkey and spicy mustard, I can get behind that. But I don't want it like the Simpsons monkey paw sandwich where the turkey's a little dry. We ain't about that life. Alright, so this is not an emergency healing item. I always get this. People that are better at this game than I do don't get that because it takes time. But I like being safe. We go ahead and snag one of our first key items, the unicorn medal. Now we get to have a chat with Claire. For those that have seen X-Men the animated series, picture Jubilee's voice on Claire, same voice actress.
It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all.
I like sass on the sandwich though. Is that a sass switch? Is that what that's called? Here, you can have this. I already finished reading it. In the 5 seconds it took you to open and close that door.
Let's split up, look for any survivors, and
Get out of here.
Right.
Sasquatch, sure.
one last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
I should make that my alt account, the Sasquatch. If I didn't already have one. Now we're heading back. Quick little stop. We're going to go ahead and do the part 2 of this. This one's a little bit trickier than the first one. Particularly because of the push all the way to the wall. We can't push it too far past the wall, and we also can't get it too far away. Not simple, but I think I may have gotten it here. First try, let's go. But we're not gonna get that yet. We'll be back to get it before too long. Down we go. Cool thing on those, if you're going up and downstairs, it doesn't require a trigger like that. You can actually just hold the action button, and it'll just take you down every single time. Cal Dodd as Wolverine would be something, or as Leon would be something, that's for sure. I think I'd personally prefer, God, what is his name? The guy who voiced Beast, George... I don't know, what is his name? That guy would probably be a better Chief Irons, but I think he's just a great voice actor, so I'd be cool with whatever it is. Natural light. Get it off of him. Drop this off. Also, I don't necessarily have to do this right now, but to conserve inventory space, I'm going to go ahead and drop off the knife here in this chest. There we go. I'm bad at menuing. Film at 11. So this dodge is actually really, really hard. I usually don't get it. Let's see if anything's different this time. Didn't get it. Yeah, and I knew that was going to put me in caution too, so... I will be healing up here momentarily since I had that first aid spray. Such delicious turnbuckle. Hey, what's up, Virus? The Virus returns in the house. Let's ray on out. this point, I'm going to go ahead and grab the green herb. Getting past this guy is honestly pretty safe for the most part. Go ahead and do that. He is moaning a lot, though. Don't really like that. So up at the top, we pushed the 2 statues and got the access to the first red jewel, which we have not taken yet. The second one's going to be right back here. The cool thing is Leon doesn't have to conserve inventory space to solve this. Pocket that real quick. Turn this into a heist. Okay. We're just gonna work our way back up. Pretty simple. Now that it's deposited, we'll go ahead and grab that red jewel. Unfortunately, we can't combine them to conserve inventory space, but it shouldn't be that huge of a deal. What are you doing? Alright, this dodge is honestly not that hard, but I still hate doing it every single time. Because it costs me time when I really don't want it to. There we go. There's a way to do that faster where you can just beeline straight across to get there, but I haven't particularly learned it yet. I can get it every time as long as I wait it out, but of course that does cost time. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to implement what's called the 2-plug route. There are 2 routes for being able to complete this scenario of the game. There's the 2-plug route and the 4-plug route. The differences are that the 4-plug route does save time, but it's a lot less safe because it does really terrible things to your inventory space. So the 2-plug route's quite a bit more consistent for yours truly, even though I have done both. To do that, what we had to do is we have to go ahead and obtain the first plug. The plugs are key items that we need to be able to get out of the police station. No! Solve that puzzle really quickly. Snag this. All the plugs are based on chess pieces. Of course, I know what chess pieces are, but I can't tell what they are on the graphics of this game, so I'm just like, oh, it's a first plug. I think that one's the bishop, but I honestly didn't pay enough attention. Ignore that for now. By the way, if you ever play the US version of this game, this balcony is atrocious. That zombie is actually in your way. He's not just chilling out in that little alcove there. Quick detour, grab the small key. Probably should have gotten that on the way back, but yeah, there you go. That's exactly right. A little minor jump scare here. Still remember criking it up the first time I ever saw that when I was like, God, I was 15 when I first played this game, I think. 14 or 15. Right, these dodges are not my favorite. That one in particular is not great, and the one on the way back is even harder. Have not seen Aliens, so I'm going with the first one there, Alex. Throw those together. Grab this. Also, don't ever open that door. I'm telling you because I'm a friend. Yeah. Let's dodge blows. Okay. If I take that slow, I can generally get it. Doing it fast is quite a bit harder. Run into the gates, not around it. Classic big brain play there. I just saw that emote and I was like, what am I looking at? I think that's actual representation of yours truly. Yeah, but Aliens has game over, man, so I understand where Mike's coming from on that. Waltz on past this. I mean, we're just gonna be working our way back. We're gonna Metroid it up a bit. Which in a lot of ways, that's pretty much all this game is just a 3D Metroid. Hug this wall. I've never seen that guy that close to the right wall. That was interesting. Or the right isn't me. Oh, that's not good. I'm actually going to redo this. I don't know how I lost sight of that, but that definitely did not go the way I wanted it to. Like, doing this was fine, but for some reason I snagged the corner there, and that just turned into a disaster. That was fugly. Drop this off. Snag our second suit key. We got the spade key first, which we've now tossed aside because we don't need it anymore. That'll give us the diamond key, and this will give us our second plug. We have the king. I don't know why the king plug is so early. Like, you would think that would be the last one you get, but I guess this game decided to be thematic. Dodging the way back, not too hard. Whoa, whoa, not run straight. That was bad. Alright, now we're going to work our way down, and I really hope that the drawer that I'm going to be accessing has a healing item like I hope it does. In case you can't tell, I'm like really hoping here. That's like hoping against hope against hope. Please blink? I'm blinking right now. Every time I blink, I donate another 10 cents. Currently up to probably $75 because I blink a lot. What am I doing? That was like ages ago. If I'm wrong, this is handgun bullets, so I hope I'm not wrong. Yep, I was wrong. There is another small drawer at the other end of the police station on the top floor, but that one just unlocks custom handgun parts, and I don't really want those. Hey, dodged it that time. Nice. That's a bonus. Alright, moving on. So this will be our third time making our way through this hallway. But this will also be the last time, because this time instead of going left and up the stairs with a little juke movement, we're going right. I'm going to wait for her to get away from the wall. Do this. Then here we have one of the trickier dodges in the game. This one I always wait out. It's a disaster if you get clipped, so it's not. Nice. Hey, Max, thank you so much for the good luck. Okay, I really want to grab that green herb, but I don't have the space. This is going to be our third suit key, the heart key, which we desperately need. But first, Marvin wants to have a word with us. There's 3 different patterns you can get from Marvin in terms of his speed. That one was actually really good. The only one that's actually bad is when he moves at like a mid-speed. For fast, you can just bait him in. If he's slow, you can just walk your way around him like I was able to there. If he gives you a mid-speed option, then basically he just gets a full 360 grab that you can't avoid, and it's really awful. So from here, I'm going to hug the table. There we go. Remembered it this time. So this is the only door we have for the heart key, but it's arguably the most important door in the entire police station. It unlocks quite a bit of the story. Normally here there's actually a dodge I would do, but it's actually easier for me to just do that and just avoid the dog. Plus, like I said, being health conscious. I'll take us under a parking lot where we're gonna probably be shot at. Also, y'all better get ready for a lot of spelling errors. Yo, Max with the 25 months. Thank you so much. Give that person a retro win.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for
First
some
misspelling. How do you spell emergency and how do you spell dial?
Always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing.
If she plays an instrument, does she get to be Ada's song? Emergency, Dale 911. Let's see, I actually like this more than Ada Wade. I've played Ada Wade out completely, so let's see. Ada Wong, let's see. If you have to use her to pick up ice, she might be Ada Tong.
Ada, wait!
Nah, you're old news. We're not talking about that anymore. Let's see. If you have to smash her with a mallet, she might be called Ada Gong.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now.
You know, I was gonna use that one enemy, but I was like, you know what? They're gonna hear my voice, that's gonna sound weird, so I'd rather it be in text. So thank you for that.
Is this the guy?
Ben?
After she's done lifting, we call her Ada Strong.
That you knew something about what's been going on.
Ada Wrong, I like that. I like it.
What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a brand.
Y'all ever heard? Y'all know what the first video game was? It was called Ada Pong.
Disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
Yeah. Get all your typos in.
I don't know anything. And even if I did,
This game
why would
loves
I want
them.
to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there.
Ada and Kong.
Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
It's like climb the
have it
Empire
right
State
here,
Building. Here we
officer.
have Ada Kong.
But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't. the
She's
only
not
things
short.
crawling
She's Ada
around.
Long. Lyra beat me to it. Nice, nice. I didn't even see that.
What was that?
Like I said,
I like the synchronized
I'm
turning
not
there.
leaving this cell.
It's very
Get out of here
1998
before you
video
leave
game,
right
but
to
it has its charm.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
Bring the rat tail with you, too.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
If she partakes the recreational, she might be Ada Bong. Alright, so we're gonna grab this crowbar. Actually called a manhole opener, but I'm never calling it that. It's a crowbar. It's more practical than just doing that. Unless it's in the context of this game. So anyway. Waltz our way over here. Not so good at menuing that. You can do a fireball motion and get down from one spot to another like that. Like, that's actually the way to do it, but I ain't so great. Alright, this first fighter is not a pushover. The second guy, though, this guy can cause some issues. Thankfully, that time he didn't. So here's how the two-plug route works. You have to go in this room in order to be able to initiate the next Ada cutscene, no matter what you do. For the two-plug route, we go ahead and drop off the two plugs we have before leaving the room, and it conserves inventory space, hence why it's safer. Now we leave. And would you look at there, it's Ada. Ready for her RGL co-op stream.
I don't think I've introduced
Jeez,
myself
Ada
yet.
Chong, wow.
My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD.
Dude, that's how pun trains work.
It's a dead
We've
end.
gotten so much mileage out of Ada Wade that it was time to move on.
You think
I've
we
been
can get upstairs
running that
through the
gag for
shaft?
3 years. I'm glad
Give me a boost.
someone
I'll go and
I'm
check.
glad Mike inspired me to move on to something different. Oh, speaking of Ada, Ada is by far the best character in this game. I've never done the battle mode on this game, which is essentially like went on to become mercenaries. But I understand she is the best character for that mode, and playing her here, it's pretty easy to see why. She has ridiculously fast movement speed. She can turn on a dime just like Claire, but she's faster. She's quite the specimen. Like, I would play an entire game of her if I had the option. She would be ridiculous. Do that. Pretty simple puzzle here, especially for Ada. For Sherry, this is quite a bit more complicated, but luckily we're not playing that character. We get to play the best character in the game. All to solve a puzzle. Whee! Can buffer all these, holding X. Yes, I put this in a PS4 controller. I'm probably the only person nerdy enough to do that for the PC version, because you want to go as fast as possible, you play on keyboard. No, Ada didn't get her first full playthrough until Resident Evil 4, where she got 2 of them. She got Assignment Ada and Separate Ways, which were honestly both really fun. Though I never did complete Assignment Ada. I should probably go back and do that. That final Krauser fight was a beast. But now, as far as like full-term playability, all she has in this game is battle mode. Ow.
Leon, can you hear me?
pound.
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here.
Oh yeah, he says that says that phrase so much. In fact, he's getting ready to say it
hole.
here.
I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
We can head back onto that pun for a bit.
What? Ada, wait!
Carve her out of granite. We'll call her Ada Slate. Moving this way. Please don't touch me. That was some pretty bad wall hugging, so I'm not happy about that, but we at least got away from it. But yeah, that spider's terrible. He can grab you and do a ton of damage. He can spit acid at you and it poisons you. Like it's never good. Do not want. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of health management here, I think. There is a liquor here I'm gonna have to dodge, which I've only ever truly dodged if I get lucky. Maybe today's the day I get to do it with skill. Oh, hey, I got lucky. Nice. Oh, liquors, you and your reactions. So there's 3 doors that we have to use for the club key. We're actually not going to go to the first one, so we'll have to discard this later manually. You have to go in here to get the best weapon in the game, though. The Magnum is insane. We'll see that in a short while. So anyway, as I was saying about the club key, there's a door at the bottom of that stairs that we can use it for, but honestly, I don't really see the point. Mainly because there's a liquor. If there were no hazards down there, I'd just waltz up and use it and make sure it knew it was used. That was... Yeah, I didn't want that. I really, really didn't want that, but I goofed up some movement there. Alright, how we have... by far the hardest dodge in the game, in my opinion. I wait to look, go. Yeah, I didn't want that guy being there at the back. That's very, very unfortunate. Don't touch me. How many inventory spots do I have? Not many. But I at least have that herb still there if I need it. Yeah, that wasn't particularly good. But that guy waiting at the back left, I believe, is random. So I just kind of got hosed there. I'm gonna equip the Magnum and use it immediately to take out that guy in my way. That guy's really hard to dodge, so I just feel better off just to get rid of him. So what I'm gonna do in here is we've got 2 items to get. This is also our last diamond key door, so we'll get to toss that now. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the first aid spray because I took those 2 hits. Just also so I can conserve inventory space. Get a visit from a friend. Down this way. I believe you can hug the bench and dodge that guy. Yeah, there we go. We got it. That one's always finicky. That zombie has really strange movement. Use the lighter here. Also, Leon doesn't have to use inventory space for that. Quick puzzle. We go 2, 3, 1. This is also the easiest room of this kind across any of the 4 scenarios, because Leon doesn't have to deal with anything. In either B scenario, you have Mr. X interact with you, whereas here, there's nothing. But for some reason in Claire A, they put a liquor in there, which doesn't make any sense to me, and it's really mean, but such as video games sometimes, that's not good. So, this is pretty normal for me for this game. If I get bit by the first zombie there, I pretty much always get bit by the second one. That's why I don't ever want to get bit by the first one. But her 360 movement and poison detection for her hitbox is very much in her favor. I'm going to go ahead and snag this, or not. Okay. I don't know why that happened twice. I guess I was mashing too much, but I guess we'll just make do. Back to the lobby. Here we get to basically make our way to the end of the police station, so we're pretty psyched about that. This place is turned into a hellhole. Leona. Speaking of, what does RPD stand for? Wrong answers only. Did that door skip a little bit too early. But it's cool. So their ship name is Leona. Okay, okay. I can get behind that. Alright, on to our last plug. This is like the one key item we've been kind of collecting towards this whole time. On our way to the attic. Pop on over here. Oops, forgot that was all the way at the top. Crank's gonna bring down the ladder. Sorry, steps. I never think of steps rotating down. It's always ladders. Drop off the cogwheel here so we get the clock going. What? Really? This thing is so finicky sometimes. Ooh, routine Pilsner distillery. I like it. Yeah, that's pretty gross, Manic, but respect. Waltz our way down. So Leon's the only one that gets access to that dust chute because it puts us right in the end game.
Get away!
Poor Ben's gonna have something happen to him. You can't really feel sorry for the guy because, you know, Ben's a tool, but it still sucks. I mean, I did, but shouldn't necessarily institute gross, but hey. Like I said, I'm not mad. I actually like that answer. But also just kind of like, yeah, that's kind of filthy.
Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
Practice disorder.
Damn. I don't believe this.
Practice destroyer, I apologize.
I almost got the story. Ben.
I think for pure bias, routine Pilsner distillery is working for me so far.
Chief of police, a co-conspirator.
I do enjoy me a good Pilsner.
Get that scum.
Make him pray.
Hang in there.
So, in other words, we're chasing a donkey.
Oh. My chest! It's burning! What's wrong?
I like the gap there between that line. What's wrong? I'm like, I don't know what Paul was going for there, but it's more meme-worthy than good. Oh, hi, Ada.
Good God, what was that?
So, there's actually a corpse on the floor to your right.
Where are you going?
What do you think it was?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey!
Give a quick
Do
buzz
you
to
read me,
Claire.
Claire? We now have
I always found the
access to
timing of
back
this
the
so
parking
weird
lot.
because
Got it.
Leon,
Getting out of here and heading to the sewer.
Leon
Meet me
got
there.
access to the parking lot something like
I'm on my
15 minutes ago, but he waited this long to tell her. What a friendo. This door. Also way over here. For here, we're just gonna be making our way back to the plug room. Pretty standard stuff. Hopefully we get to avoid a spooter. No thank you? Man. That guy needs to be a defensive lineman. Did you see that block? That was ridiculous. So here's our first boss fight. I actually forget the name of this boss, but I recall it once being referred to by the nickname of Baby, so that's all I ever call it, it's just Baby. It's a fairly simple boss. He'll likely get some damage in on us because of these parasites that he vomits out. But he only takes 7 magnum shots to put down, and luckily, we still have exactly 7 magnum shots. 2 puts him on the floor. We just finish him off from there. Yuck. That happens. And down. There is a speed strat that puts you in a position where you can actually kill him with 6 shots, but I haven't practiced it enough, and it's actually kind of hard to do.
Ada!
Probably. Well, I'm done telling you to wait.
What was that all about?
I'm just gonna drop some lectures.
Running off like that was reckless and
And-
stupid.
And stupid.
Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention
Ada
that
just
thing
looks like
that
she
got
could
there.
not care less. I
I
mean,
was
I know that's
barely
pre-rendered,
awake, I know.
but it's still pretty funny.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we
The
don't work
Ludus.
together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way.
That dude is an invader of privacy for sure. Pulls our way down, through the door. Thankfully, Ada follows us the whole time. We don't get scared. We're in here. Blue herbs are used to cure poison. Thankfully, we don't need that right now. So I'm gonna head to the chest and drop off a couple things. Like this club key that we never need again. We do have to keep the valve handle though, and we have to hang on to the handgun for a little bit longer. Also gonna go over here and snag this first aid spray. Good beats. And look what we have here.
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
You know, I talk about this every time I play this game, but I also never get tired of talking about it just because of how true it is. Ada Wong is a horrible human being. Like, a cop just took a bullet for her, and her first instinct is to chase the person that shot him. Like, compassion is not on this person's menu. Also, before I forget, I'm gonna unequip the handgun. This is actually done for speed purposes. First reason is when she takes a shot there, if you have the gun equipped, she shoots the gun out of your hand, and that actually adds a bit more time into the cutscene.
I'm not mistaken.
That's the less important reason. Now we get some story.
Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before.
Come on, girl, flex.
No.
We'll call you Ada Strong.
One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe.
Why would you know her password?
Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department
To be fair, they're both noisy.
Precisely. My husband, William.
They don't trust anybody.
And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
Kong, Ada, jeez.
So those rats were the carriers of
She goes up north, you could call her Con
As a result
Ada.
of his virus-induced
Can
transportation,
Ada, one of the two.
William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into others. And create offspring.
Nice. This is why we're partners. Guess it was my turn to beat you to it. You beat me to the Colossus bit in Ninja Gaiden 2. I was so upset. Oh, so here's the other reason we unequip the gun. If you don't unequip it, then Ada turns around to pick up the gun to complete the cutscene. And the menuing that you do in order to unequip the gun takes a lot less time than her doing that. Something anguish. Yeah, that.
Ada?
Also, props to Leon for being a badass. Dude got shot and he's still just standing up under his own power, no problem. Respect. These spiders aren't that big of a threat. The fact that they're on the wall and ceiling means we can just walk around them, no problem. There's one in here that's a little bit more hazardous because they can actually just spit poison at us from up there. But as long as we're running, it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so not too many key items we have to hang on to in this game. One is the valve handle, and this is the first reason why. We only used it at the police station once because we had to put out the fire on the helicopter, but for this, we can go ahead and just do it here, and then we're going to rotate it back as soon as we get across. I think this is personally pretty, you know, silly for having to just do all this all at once, but I don't know. I like to save time in this game to do that. GameCube version is very, very different, yes. In the GameCube version, you can skip pretty much anything here that involves black bars. Like, I think I could skip that. For example. Snag these, because healing conscious. But in the GameCube version, you also don't get door skips. Actually, I need to switch guns. Oh, yeah. Should have done that in the last room, but we made mistakes. It happens. So for another quick boss fight, I'll waltz our way over here and find Ada firing at something. And of course, we immediately get to find out what that something is. Real talk, initially playing this game some 22 years ago, this was maybe the most terrifying thing in the game to me. I don't have anything for or against reptiles necessarily, it's just the idea of a crocodile this big was just disgusting to me. This thing's like 25 feet long. On its hind legs, it would be taller than most buildings. But he's gonna go ahead and pick up that gas canister, we're gonna pop a bullet in, and be on our merry way. Cool visual too, I love that bit. I think this was the moment that hooked me on the game forever. Just getting to actually do that. What's our way on here? Not quite the correct game, but that is apt.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up.
This music is honestly really
That's
great.
two I owe you.
Very soothing.
Don't mention it.
Very melodic, beautiful.
I just found out.
Capcom needed
John's
more
dead.
piano songs, I think.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
Okay, so now that we have reobtained Ada to our party, only got a couple key items to get before we move on our way. Back to some animal metals. Don't have enough space for the other one yet, but that won't last. Go ahead and combine these now. We'll still have the inventory space. Do this. Ada, wait while I destroy this crocodile for you. This way. Thankfully, no bugs this time. I also don't know why Ada gets a free pass there. Like, when you approach that fan with her, because she doesn't have the valve handle, she doesn't have to do anything with that. So one of these I do want. The other guy is holding some shotgun shells. We don't need that. Leon, please. Thank you. I actually like this scene quite a bit. The zombies that just pop up when the camera rotates. Hopefully Ada doesn't get poisoned, but if she does, it'll be funny. Yep, she got poisoned. That's pretty funny. That only happens from time to time, but it's so ridiculous to me that the game would do that. It will have no effect on her in the long term since we're doing a speedrun. We will have her in our party only for a little bit longer. So we don't want her to die in that meantime. And I guess theoretically the poison could kill her, but as long as we're not taking forever to do any of this, it shouldn't be a huge concern. She also has a first aid spray in her inventory, so you know, she can't get past this. That's on her, if you ask me. First aid spray heals everything. It's essentially all three herbs combined into one. Full heal and poison heal. Okay, so make our way to the tram. This is actually something that's unique to either Leon scenario, A or B. Because if you have Sherry, like, why would William attack his daughter? Spoilers. Pop one in here. Shoot in there. So all you have to do is wait for him to pop his arm down, and then we're just gonna do this. I believe I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 hits to do this, but it's the last reason we need to keep the handgun. Past this, we're definitely done with it. There we go. That first bullet that I tagged him with was shot a little bit too early. That would have really sucked if I were lower on ammo, but I think I still have 3 bullets left. But it's not like we need them anymore. What's our way on out? Come on, you poison victim, you. This first hallway, I actually don't think there's any way to dodge this guy, so I kind of just barrel right through him like the Juggernaut. Thankfully, Ada didn't shoot him, because that can actually restand him, and then we have to dodge him again. Had that happen before. It's not fun. These dodges are tricky. See what I mean? Oh, Ada got him off me. I see what happened. I was like, why did the menu come up? That was weird. Anyway, we're gonna drop a couple things off the chest for resource management. Don't need the handgun anymore, don't need the valve handle anymore, and we're gonna keep the rest. Equip this while I still remember. Pretty simple room here. This is gonna make our way to the lab. Go ahead and do that. Do a quick reload. Get some inventory space back, more healing, because why not? Work our way on. We can't get this thing going until we use the key, and luckily for us, the key is right on board. Snag some more magnum bullets, because you're going to need those. This upcoming boss fight requires 9 magnum bullets with good spacing. And by spacing, I mean, like, don't mash. Space out your hits, that kind of thing. Oh, what am I doing? You have to manually use the key. Sometimes keys automatically work in this game, and sometimes they don't. I don't know why there's discrepancy there, but can't do anything about it. We're working our way down, and William's hungry.
Ada! Ada! Can you hear me?
Decided to cook his own dinner, I guess.
Snap out of it.
We're gonna go feed the kids instead. So this is our first encounter with William in the A scenario. It's not super difficult, I don't think. I love the steel pipe introduction, though. Like, he is clearly upset. He also loses the last of his humanity here. I don't know what we're looking at anymore. The reason this is so tricky is because his attacks have a massive hitbox. See if I can run past him. Yeah, that's hard. I didn't think I would get it, but I wanted to try. I did not want him to get that. We'll go ahead and heal. It's fine. Okay, so we got our full 8 in him. And that gives him a second wind where he just shows kind of, he like hulks up there. That gives us enough time to reload, like just from an automatic trigger like that. And then we shoot him one last time and the fight's over. Don't love the fact that I got hit so much, but honestly, I think that fight damage list is really difficult. And we only had to heal once, so it's not the end of the world.
Die
and now we're at full health.
Come on. Wake up.
Hey, come on. Carry her across the threshold like we just got married. Let her take some rest.
Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, Kong?
Hey, take it easy. We're inside.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save yourself.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me.
Goodness, no.
I know I've only known you for a short period of time.
As terrible as she is, I think this is the best Ada.
With you.
RE4 Ada was pretty obnoxious.
I'm not
unless she was interacting with Krauser. I loved their interactions. They hated each other so much.
We're leaving this place together.
Even though they were working for the same person, they were just like, screw you. No, screw you. How about that? Get a couple things, some more magnum bullets, never hurt anybody. Go ahead and combine this so I can still remember how to do things. And I could probably equip that too, probably be smart. Best Ada, best Ada. I'm pretty sure it's this. It could be, was she in Mercenaries for the 3DS? I can't remember. I don't think she was. Female characters in that game were Jill, Claire, and Rebecca. So yeah, probably this. Move on in. Heck, in Resident Evil 6, one of the Adas wasn't even Ada, spoiler. More healing. Got this fuse case. We have to do a quick cold case experiment. Really? Why is that so precise? I think that story and whatnot aside, the best Ada is probably this one just because of how ridiculously good she is as a playable character. She's fine in RE4, but she's not, like, overpowered or anything. Grab this. Not like she is in this game. Ada's insane in RE2. Grab this. We need this to be able to turn the power back on, otherwise we can't go anywhere. This is a secret lab, and we gotta unfreeze it. I always like this animation. And the color change, too. Neat stuff. Okay. So we're working our way to the lab. It's gonna contain one of my least favorite segments of the run, and that's the liquor hallway. If I knew if the Magnum was more reliable against liquors, I might try and route that. But as is, I've only ever stuck to dodging, and while that is incredibly dangerous, it is part of the speed run. So, let's see what I can do here. Like the left wall, the right, still work. I need to figure out what to do coming out of that hallway, because if I get clipped there and then get jump swiped or jump slashed, that's really bad, because I take a lot of damage if that happens. Working our way on. Pretty decent first liquor hallway. We will be seeing it again before too long, though. Actually gonna ignore the red herb over here for now. Or ignore it altogether. I think I've got enough healing to get through the rest of the game. That opening basketball court still has me on tilt, but the rest of the police station outside of, like, the YOLO dodge was actually really good. Like, I hit a lot of dodges that I don't normally hit. That's unfortunate. I say that, and of course I get grabbed by this guy who gets me 1 out of every maybe 6 times I do this. Bit of unfortunacy there. But I'll hold on to the healing for the moment. Work our way back. On we go. This would normally be a pretty cutscene heavy room, but we ain't about that here. Waltz our way through, head back to the liquor hall. Hope this goes okay. Fingers crossed. That was pretty lucky. This probably isn't. Yeah, I didn't think so. But hey, well, I'll take 1 hit. That's pretty rad. We'll see that again soon. But thankfully, by the time we get back, liquors won't be there. The Ivies are pretty easy to dodge here. I actually did not talk about the Ivies. They can be pretty dangerous to interact with because they have this really strong grab that does a ton of damage. And of course, the venom that they spit is poisonous, so you want to avoid that too. But they're also really slow to react, and you can generally walk around them because they move very slowly. So you generally end up being fine. I got this guy who's not exactly in our way, but he will be. Pick up some of these bullets. I'm also going to be using a healing item so I can make sure I collect this Mo disc. So I should be okay. Didn't really want that, but this is okay. Thankfully I knocked that guy down. Oh yeah, I gotta do this, don't I? Go fast. That was not fast. No. Alright, we're good. That's our last key item that we need. From here, it's pretty much just the boss fight. That's the last thing that can cause some issues here.
You came for the T-virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy.
She is so mad right now.
Where's that spy?
She's like mega mad.
Earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be.
I know her.
Ada wouldn't do something like that.
Leon, you've known her for
You don't want
about
to
half an hour, so you're not fooling anybody.
You're about to die anyway. What happened?
Damn. She ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. We'll replace our key item.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
So as you can tell, this is going to start our end game. Work our way out this door. She's exhausted, I like it. But first,
Leon.
little bit of tie-in to do.
I've been waiting for you, Leon.
Oh, the voice for the alarm, yeah, it's
You know what
that's a very valid opinion for sure.
Just hand over the G-Virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that.
Crazy part is he's right. One of my favorite little like story ticks and tidbits happens in this
Ada.
scene,
I've got you.
but I can't show the Japanese version because it's text only. Now we get this quick not lovers quarrel.
Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
Yeah, he does have the weak arm, doesn't he? Again, the other one's kind of weak too. He got slashed pretty hard.
You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape.
I know this gets memed so much, but I love this song. This music is tremendous.
Goodbye.
And the classic. This 3D model bending pose drives me nuts. Like, Leon folds his feet into his legs. Don't ever try to do that. You will probably break quite a few bones. Are we sure? When it comes to models like this, it's hard to tell who's grasping what. I mean, you just saw what happened with the foot. So anyway, the little tidbit, if you examine the gun that Ada dropped, she actually didn't load the gun. So it was a complete bluff. Shows that Ada has some humanity in her. Not much, but it's there. So we're working our way to our boss. This one's pretty easy to dodge. This one, not so much. And of course, it auto-aimed to that guy. That was very unlucky. That one I kind of tend to work that way with a little bit. I'm going to heal up real quick. I'm going to reload. Drop the Mo disc. She closed her because her hitbox bugged. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we're a little bit outside of estimate here, I think. There's still a chance we are going to have a sub-hour.
5 minutes until detonation.
But I don't know how likely that is. Hit a couple of bad detours. Also, shoutouts to more spelling. Because I thought everybody knew how to spell elevator. It's T-E-R, don't forget. Alright, so this is the hardest fight in the scene. And by that I mean in Leon A. This former Birkin is a jerk. In fact, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and heal if he... Well, I'll wait to see what he does. If he jumps up on one of those platforms, then I'll heal immediately. That did do some damage. I'm gonna go ahead and heal though. The reason I do that is because if he lands a combo opener into his grab, there's a chance I might die because that grab does a ton of damage. And I'd just rather not have to deal with that. Yep, there's the grab. So I'm gonna heal immediately. There we go. Reload, because why not? Oh, he only took one more shot. Oops. He was actually a bit more cooperative there than he normally is, but the grab was pretty upsetting. But it happens. Turn our way around. I'm also right next to the elevator, which is cool. Our way down. And that's gonna be time. Once the last cutscene starts, we won't be seeing. Not quite underestimate, but I will at least attest this. For in-game time, I was definitely underestimate. I think that was probably like a 58 or so, maybe a 59. Yep. Oh, 56 even. That's even better. I'd mostly been getting like 57s and whatnot on this game. Yeah, pretty decent end game. I don't generally have William fights that go that well because he's usually a colossal jerk. But still, I really enjoy getting to play this game as I always do. This game's amazing. It's a hard game to get people to go back and want to play because tank controls are just such a absurd relic that teaching anyone to try to do them and they're just like, this feels weird. And I'm like, well, I can't disagree, but I've been used to it for well over 20 years. Thank you so much for the GGs, Karuto and Cheese and Rolf and Enemy and Kong. Speaking of Kong, Kong's got a couple bonus games coming up for us here shortly. He's going to be playing Hook, followed by the more modern classic, The Messenger. So y'all stick around for him. Check to see what activity happened. Got the Max resub, already brought that up. So thank you so much again, Max. And I will catch you all a bit later. Thank you so much for the GGs as well, Smitty and Rayo. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday.